Okay, oh my God, we have this such a special episode here today. I'm very honored to have my good friend Will, all the way from Sydney, Australia, to share with us the amazing golden nuggets about building body confidence and also body transformation um, for men and women. So, I'm just really excited to have Will here because we only met less than what, about a year ago, right? And it was
Yeah,
just by
about a year ago.
chance we brought together and we start to kind of like share a lot. We actually share a lot in common. So basically the friendship just kind of sprang from there. And I'm just really excited to kind of like have this session here with you to bounce off ideas and explore what it means to have body confidence. Okay, so Will,
Yeah.
for our audience, who have no idea who you are, I probably told them a little bit about you, as the face, the founder and creator of Will's Fit Club. Would you
Uh-huh.
like to share with us how you actually got started in fitness training, fitness coaching,
Yeah,
and your
absolutely.
story?
So, yeah, thanks for having me on this episode. I'm pretty excited. I guess I've always been into fitness ever since in high school. I've always been involved with sports. I started weights training when I was 15. I played a lot of basketball, soccer. So I've always been very active. And as one of my career goals during high school, I wanted to actually become a physiotherapist. Um,
Mm,
yeah, so health and fitness have always been sort of part of my life. I never um, eventuated into the career path of physiotherapy, but I've always had a very active lifestyle. And so I officially started the training business or the coaching business about 2 years ago, and it started off as a bit of a hobby.
mm,
I got together with a bunch of friends, and we just started training in the park. And I think that the great thing about social media is um, once you kind of post things on social media about your training in the park and things like that, people start to notice and people start to invite themselves to join in. So we started with a group of maybe 6 or 7 people, and just through social media posting. And this isn't really promoting the actual workout, but it's more about my friends and I just posting our sort of daily life about, oh look, we just had a nice training session in the park. So from 6 or 7 people, it kind of grew
mm.
to about 20 people.
Amazing.
Um, yes, and this was just through the social media, word of mouth, and just within our own network of friends.
Mm,
And uh, and and from there onwards, I decided, you know what, I'm going to make this official. So that's when I started. In the beginning, it was called Will's Fight Club because I was training. I was doing boxing boot camps in the
right,
park.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I started officially just charging members and starting a business. And after a few short months, we had a steady group of maybe about 50 members.
Mm,
And yeah, so they don't all come at the same time, but we had about 50 active members, which came quite regularly. And that's kind of how it started, and that kind of evolved into different parts of fitness. And now I still do boxing training, but now also diversified into the online training space as well.
mm. Well, for some of the audience here that are not aware of the fact that Will's actually doing fitness training part-time, he actually has a full-time gig. So he's, hustling full-time in commercial real estate, right?
Yeah, that's right. So my full-time gig is commercial real estate, but I must admit my fitness business is probably creeping into the full-time schedule as well. I probably spend
Nice.
about 30 hours a week on my fitness business.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So I probably have, so you can probably say I have two full-time gigs.
Two full-time gigs. Wow, that is really, really amazing. And you another full-time gig of yours being a father, right?
Yes, yes, you can say that. I spend a lot of time with my
Yeah.
kids too. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, all the amazing energy, you have to tell us. I'm gonna ask you in a second, like the secret of your amazing fitness energy and the source of your positivity as well. So
mm,
yeah, that's really, really awesome. And now a lot of people know you as, like Will from Will's Fit Club, right? So
yeah.
could you tell us about like why did you decide to start a fit club? From where you were before, you were doing boxing boot camp. When we first
Mm,
met, you were doing the outdoor boxing boot camp, right? And what
that's
is
right.
the mission and the vision behind Will's Fit Club?
That's a great question. Um, so as I mentioned, I started off as a boxing boot camp, and we were just training in the park. And although that was quite successful and it was quite popular,
Mm,
I realized there are a lot more people that need help,
mhm,
and I wanted to diversify. So I think sticking just to boxing limited opportunities. So that's why I rebranded into Will's Fit Club. It was actually your suggestion, actually. I took your suggestion on board, and I changed it from Will's Fight Club to Will's Fit Club.
mhm,
And the purpose of that, as I mentioned, is just about diversify, so I can help a larger group of the population. Um, I guess the main mission for Will's Fit Club is to help people reach their full potential, um, not just in their health and fitness, but in their life.
mm,
But I'm a firm believer that no matter where you're heading and whatever your goals are, if you don't have a strong foundation in your health, it's very difficult to reach your
mm,
full potential, because at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. If you don't have enough energy, um, or if you're sick all the time, then how are you supposed to reach your full potential?
mhm. Definitely. Yeah, that's something
Mm.
we're definitely on the same page of, right? Your
Yeah,
health is your wealth. Remember that,
health
guys.
is your wealth. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
don't
hundred percent.
don't don't spend too much time chasing money, chasing other things. If you don't have the health, how can you, manifest other things in life, right? And speaking of Will's Club,
100%. Mm.
Will's Fit Club, Will has kindly sent me one of his amazing T-shirts. I'm wearing that today. I got the white logo
Awesome,
here, and it's huge at the
awesome.
back. I'm not able to turn around and show you guys the big W. W stands for Will, right? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
looks good on you.
yeah, oh, thank you. I love the name Will because it's your name, right? But also at the
Yeah,
same time, you can also say without a will, if there's a will, there's a way, right? When it comes to health and fitness, right? So you have to put
well,
the
that's right.
will into things.
Exactly. You need to will. You need a will to succeed, and you need the willpower. So
Exactly.
it's a nice play on words. Yeah.
It is actually. Yeah, I love that. It's a really sharp logo that everybody would feel really proud to wear, on the street or on the Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good branding opportunity.
Definitely, definitely. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure some people might have this question in their mind, right? There's so many trainers, so many coaches out there, right? We're
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
flooded with all these options these days. What would you say is like your specialty that would actually make people want to train with you, they want to coach with you
Uh-huh.
instead of like going to a gym or going to other coaches? Like, what is
Yeah.
Will's Fit Club specialty, the special ingredients?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good question. I think we're in an age, we're in the information age at the moment where there is just so much information.
Yeah.
I mean, the beauty of having Google and YouTube and social media is, whatever you want to find out, you can find out in a matter of seconds, and information is abundant.
Mm,
But the flip side of that is, because there's so much information out there, and there are quite often conflicting information, people really don't know where to start, and people really don't know what is correct and what is right.
mm,
And so, what the difference, that Will's Fit Club has compared to some of the other um, trainers out there is a number of things. First of all, I cut away um, all the BS, I suppose, in the industry.
mm,
We're not about the quick fix. We're not about the 6-day ab, magic
Shortcut.
routine, or we're not about that. We're about creating a lifestyle, because and I'm sure you've seen this a number of occasions where you find people, they lose a bunch of weight really quickly and they're really, really happy, but within a very short period of time they put the weight back on. And the main reason for this is they haven't actually changed their life. What they've done is they've just put together a short term, like a short term goal, short term mentality, but they never view this as a lifetime thing. I mean, a really good example is what does it take to become a rich or a millionaire, for example? You see a lot of these really popular influencers out there, like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee, for example. And you look at those people and kind of go, wow, how did he get so wealthy? How did he get so successful? And it's not about doing something for 6 months and then that's it. You have to become the person that is successful, and similarly, with health and fitness, if you want to maintain a certain level of health, certain level of fitness, maintain a certain weight level, you got to be that person that practices those habits that's going to maintain and give you that steady fitness level, that steady weight, et cetera, et cetera. So we're about coaching long-term success and long-term lifestyle. We're not about those short-term, those short-term solutions.
Crash diets,
Crash diets, keto, whatever. I mean, they all work. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything works.
Is it sustainable though? That's the question, right?
That's the question. That's right. And everyone's different. You know? So we're about understanding our client, understanding their lifestyle, understanding their dietary requirements, their career, their jobs, whatever is involved in their life, and then creating a bespoke program that's going to help them transform step by step. And 90% of our clients that's gone through our online program hasn't needed to do anything else, because they've learned all the skills and the healthy habits that they need to sustain a long-term health.
Right. That's really amazing. I love that you said that, it's not about learning something in a short period of time and then they're done for the rest of their life, but you are teaching your clients how to actually embrace and living that lifestyle, which gives them the healthy, fit body, right? So the result, will be generated over a period of time, a period of time of practicing the healthy lifestyle, but then carrying that through, for the rest of their lives. So they don't need to be like, oh, I just did up my wedding, for example, and now I'm back to being overweight and sluggish and that. But you're teaching them a fit lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle.
100%.
Right.
100%. I mean, typically our program is 16 weeks, and we believe 16 weeks is what is required to transform your habits. And look, sometimes people need a little bit longer, and we cater for that, but typically around 16 weeks. Some people do it quicker, but on average, 16 weeks, 4 months.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like for a lot of my private clients, I always tell them that you need at least 3 months, right, 12 weeks to see the transformation. So 16 weeks is definitely, a very solid time for someone to see a long-term, sustainable change, right? That's really amazing. And here's my very interesting next question for you, Will. So over here in Authentic Energy, we're all about body confidence building. And, I'm very interested to know, from your perspective, what is body confidence to you? And is it something that's already naturally in your program when you coach with your clients? Like the message, or the concept of body confidence is already naturally there.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I'm going to answer it in a slightly different way.
Sure.
I think you have to first define what is confidence. and what is self-esteem. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, that the textbook definition is, how you see yourself and how comfortable you are with yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
how comfortable you are with, other people seeing you.
Yeah.
And I think body confidence is, I guess, a subsidiary of someone's overall confidence.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay. And so we don't specifically concentrate in our program. We don't specifically concentrate on body confidence,
Mm-hmm.
but body confidence is a result of what you get
Mm-hmm.
once you go through a program.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is we do a lot of um, we will do a lot of mindset coaching in a way that we try to understand where our clients come from and what their struggles are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everyone's different. I mean, like someone, for example, could be could have a really fit physique and very good looking, stylish, but they might not be the most confident person in the world. And you kind of go, well, on the surface level, you kind of question them. You ask the question, well, you've got everything. You've got the looks, you've got the physique, you've got the style. Well, why are you still not confident? And a lot of that is their mindset and their psychology.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something that happened as a child, something
Yeah.
that happened that affected them. It might be something at school, or it might be something that the parents have said. It might be of a traumatic sort of experience that they had, which
Mm-hmm.
affects their overall confidence. And although I'm not a psychologist, and I don't offer official counseling, but I think as fitness professionals, we're kind of quasi counselors.
Right.
Because,
Yes. Life
yeah,
coaches in some ways as well.
we are life coaches in some ways, and because obviously you've been in the industry for quite some time, what you realize with a lot of these people who have weight issues, the majority of the time is not a physical problem, but a mental problem.
Right.
So I guess, so sort of answering your question in a roundabout way, my view on body confidence is about, what do you believe in yourself? And then having that body confidence is going to be a result of changing your mindset and your lifestyle. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. I love that. I love that you see the body confidence as a result, as a byproduct of someone who's done the work, body and mind together to achieve
Yeah.
that, right? And I love
Yeah.
that you actually put the emphasis on the mindset part, right? And that's something that I'm also very interested to ask you about how much of the mindset training that you do with your clients, because I know that
Mm-hmm.
you do in your programs, you do like nutrition and also
Mm-hmm.
fitness coaching. And
Mm-hmm.
now that you've talked about doing the mindset coaching, it sounds like you're also working with your clients on the mindset part, right? Like
Yeah.
how much of that mindset part do you do? Like how important is mindset in your overall in your program overall?
Mindset is the most important.
Mm,
It's the most important. I'm still uh, constructing a proper mindset program. So
mm,
that's work in progress.
mm,
Uh, but I'm already starting to introduce a lot of those elements into my current fitness program.
mm-hmm,
So what we do as part of the recruitment process is we ask prospective clients a number of questions to make sure they're in the right mindset to begin the program.
mm,
So we ask questions such as, what you've done in the past, what you're struggling with, how important is it to reach your goals now? If between 1 to 10, 10 being the most important, how important is it for you to reach your goals right now?
mm-hmm.
And if these clients answer anything except a 10, we question them. We ask them,
Okay.
well, why isn't it 10? Why is it only an 8? What's stopping you from making your health and your fitness the most important thing that you want to achieve right now?
Mm,
And, a lot of them, they they give a number of different responses, but the most common one is time. And so we're kind of trying to dig a little bit deeper as to, so why do you think you don't have enough time? What's your perception of, the process of getting fit and healthy? And a lot of them needs to be, I suppose, educated or re-educated on what it actually takes to have a healthy lifestyle. And a lot of them, the myth surrounding this sort of this industry is that you have to hit the gym 2 hours a day, and you have
crazy workout,
do crazy workout. You have to eat chicken and broccoli and brown rice every meal, and people's got this perception in order to be healthy you have to do all those things.
Have a boring lifestyle.
Boring lifestyle, and you're gonna hit the gym 2 hours a day, and you're gonna eat broccoli. And so part of that recruitment process is we should debunk a lot of those myths. And in order to have a healthy lifestyle, it's actually as simple as just putting aside 20 minutes a day, really, and that's all it is. So through that sort of recruitment process, unless the client is a 10 out of 10, we normally don't take them on because for a number of reasons. One is if they're not 100% committed to the process, because we explain to them, look, the process is not going to be easy. If you're not 100% committed, most likely you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to get the result that you want.
Right.
So we want to take on people who are 100% committed. I'm not saying 100% capable. That's different. Okay, that's where the coaching comes in. We coach them so they become capable, but we want to coach people who are 100% committed to making change.
Exactly.
And then through the coaching, we then change their capacity, in terms of the mind and also in terms of the body.
Okay, got you. So I love that you actually do the mindset from the beginning, like when you were actually say interviewing the prospective clients, like you get into their head first and see how committed they are, and in a way you're kind of like qualifying them. Right, like if they're not ready, right, like if they're not ready to make a change, then like mentally ready, then it's very hard for you to like force a change onto them. So so I love that you understand them mentally already from the start. And then you go
that's right.
Right.
Because if people are not willing to be coached, doesn't matter what you do as a coach, you never get through to the client.
Right.
And you want to be able to get through the client, so you have to condition them up front that, hey, look, this is going to require your 100% commitment. It's going to be hard work, but we're here to hold your hand and we're here to support you every step of the way, as long as you want to make those steps.
That's right. Yeah. That's amazing. Why would anybody not want you to hold their hand? You're such an amazing coach. Put the willpower into things. Right? Oh my God, that's so awesome. So sounds like Will, you've actually worked with both men and women. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
And so I'm very fascinated to know that, and also you actually currently have running this Fit Dad program, right? Is that am I the name right? It's like a program geared towards dads, busy parents, but dad especially. So so I'm very interested to know, like, out of like working with both men and women, what do you see as, say, the number one like body image related sort of concern from women, and what is the number one body image related concern from men? From your experience, I'm very interested to know.
Yeah, look, that's a really fascinating question. I think men, men and women, they have different
desires
desires and different images of what is an ideal body type, or things like that. And I wanted to coach dads specifically because I'm a dad, so I understand,
Mm.
the challenges that dads go through. And if I just talk about dads and men in general, for the time being, is most of the people that I coach, um, they were quite active,
Mm-hmm.
in their youth.
Mm.
So, in school, in their 20s,
Mm.
they were quite active. But after they settled down and after they started working and things like that, they then kind of slowly let go
Mm.
of their health.
Mm.
And over a period of time, usually over a period of 5 to 10 years, they've packed on a lot of weight,
Mm.
um, and and they don't realize it until one day they look themselves in the mirror, or they stand on the scale and go, oh my goodness,
Mm.
I'm weighing 120 kilos now. I need to do something
Mm.
about it. Or it might be, the spouse or the partner says something to them, or maybe their children says something to them. It's kind of like they usually have a bit of a wake up call and go, oh my God, what happened to the fit guy 15, 20 years ago? What's going on? I
Right,
need to make
right.
a change. And quite often the motivation comes from, I want to have more energy and a healthy lifestyle so I can spend more time with my kids.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So their motivation kind of shifts from what they were in their teens and 20s about, I want to be fit because I want to achieve whatever. I want to be
Mm.
playing competition, or I want to impress certain people,
Right.
to now, or I've got a family, I have children, I want to set a good example, but I want to have enough energy to play with them, and I want to be around long enough
Right.
um, to see them grow up and have grandchildren and all that type of stuff.
Mm.
So the motivation shifts,
Mm-hmm.
and for the men that I coach, they're typically between sort of 40 to 50-year-olds.
Mm.
Um, so the actual body image for them isn't quite as important.
Mm. Not the
Um,
superficial desire.
Not the superficial
Mm-hmm.
side. Yeah, it's less important to them. But
Mm.
obviously there are the usual, I suppose,
I love
themes.
to look good kind of thing.
I want to look good. Like I want. That's the two main areas that they really want to sort of focus on in terms of like the physique is, obviously the belly. So
Yeah.
men tend to pack a lot around the belly,
Yeah.
and a lot of men have men boobs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So around the
Right.
chest and the stomach area. So those are like the most common sort of requests that I get. How do I get rid of my gut and reduce my man boobs?
Right.
Um, and but in essence, the health part is probably more important than the actual um, superficial physique.
Mm.
And I think for the women that I coach, they're of a slightly younger age group. So women that I coach are generally between 25 and 35.
Mm.
So they're kind of at the peak, not at the peak, but at the most active part of their life. And they are a lot more image conscious
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm.
they're at that age where they're settling down, they're trying to find a partner.
All right.
um,
Right. Yes.
they want to be fit and healthy, and
Yeah.
for a number of those type of
Right.
reasons. And weight is always been the number one sort of issue that I get. So all the women that I coach, they have weight on their
Mm.
mind. Most of them want to drop 5 to 10 kilos, in some cases more.
Mm.
And they want to feel attractive. They want to feel sexy,
Right.
and they want to have the confidence that's associated
Mm.
with being fit and healthy, and
Right.
being sexy. And typical areas, like your hips, your waist,
Yes.
the
Yes.
legs, those
The womanly shape.
the womanly shape. That's right.
Yes.
The hourglass shape.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So their motivation is a little bit different. Their motivation
Mm.
more about themselves.
That's right.
Which there's no right or wrong. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just kind of where they're coming from.
Right. Right.
But the message that I give to both groups of people is, um, don't focus too heavily on the physical side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are a result
Yes.
of the work that you put in.
Mm.
It's a result of eating right. It's a result of exercising regularly,
Mm.
and they're a result of, you know, the proper mindset.
Right, right. Definitely. I totally agree with that. And I love
Mm.
how, like, just by hearing from your experience, I realized that the different kind of like body image related issues actually stem from what stage in life that the individual is going through, right? So for
Yeah.
some of the dads that you're coaching, it stems from, their natural instinctive sort of like responsibility as father, right? They want to
Mm.
build the confidence in health and fitness to be the strong dad for the family. So it's really
Yeah.
that family responsibility that becomes the drive. And for the women that you're coaching now, and the
Yeah.
strong drive comes from wanting to feel attractive to attract another
Yeah.
half, right?
Yeah. They
So we're
want to start a family.
exactly, yeah, to
Yeah.
form a family, so that the priority, the desires for a different purpose. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting to see that. Yes. So I also personally come across different clients. Most of my clients are female, predominantly female, and each
Mhm.
person has a different reason actually. So in my case, a lot of them actually, some of them, are very similar to the female clients you're coaching. Wanting to
Mm.
feel, wanted and desirable, right? To have a good romantic relationship. And some people have different reasons. Some people want to start a new life. Some people want to find themselves again. Some people will actually want to take the chance to learn how to self-love. So
Mm.
there are a lot of moms as well that I'm coaching. And for the moms, they're very similar to the dads actually. They want to be the good role model for their kids. So that I
Mm.
hear loud and clear is their, biggest desire for building their own like health and body image and the confidence. So that's something I think that's actually really, really important. And actually I am very curious. I'm sure a lot of our audience are very curious about this Fit Dad program. Can you tell us a little bit more about this Fit Dad program? Because I know some men that I know will probably really want to jump on board and do that Fit Dad program with you. How is the Fit Dad program different to the other type of coaching that you have?
Yeah. Uh, so the Fit Dad program, obviously it's catered towards that, and so we our target audience is typically sort of between 37 to 55
Mm,
year olds. Um, most of them have a desire to lose weight, and get fit and develop some lean muscle. Um, so the program that we offer is typically 16 weeks, and it's a habitual based coaching. So we coach three areas. So we coach nutrition, um, uh, workouts, exercises, and also accountability. So I'll give an example. It, we believe that in order for a successful transformation, you need these three things. You need the right nutrition, you need the right exercise, and you need accountability.
mhm,
So, for example, if you go to if you join a gym, say Fitness First. I don't know if you get Fitness First there in Canada. Um, so you join a gym, they're really good at giving you the training, the exercise, but you'll be really lucky if there's any good nutritional programs that's available there. Um, I mean, you might join another program like Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig's. So they're like a meal
mm,
diet company in Australia. And so they're really good at giving you the nutrition, because they prepare the meals for you, but they don't really give you any exercises or accountability. So what we
mm,
do is we combine all these three elements together. So based on the individual's goals and current health status, we design the right nutritional program and coaching for that person, and also the right type of exercise for that person as well. But we combine that with the right amount of accountability. Because what we find is probably 80% of people who start on a fitness journey, they're really pumped and excited and motivated, during the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then their enthusiasm just dies
mm.
after that. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, I'm sure you've experienced the same. And that's because of, just maybe work or family, life just gets hard, or gets busy, I should say. And they sort of, neglect, the health and fitness. So that's where the accountability really comes in, because we don't want people to fall off after just 3 or 4 weeks. We want to make sure they go through the entire program, because once you've done something for 10 to 12 weeks, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that they go through that 10 to 12 weeks. And we've added another 4 weeks on top to make sure it's been sustained and it's on autopilot. So we provide weekly catch-ups, similar to this, once a week. So we talk about, what's happened in the week that's just occurred, what's worked, what hasn't, what areas we need to tweak in the program. But most importantly, we talk about the week ahead. So we talk about any sort of potential obstacles that they might be experiencing. For example, they might be traveling for work, so they're not quite sure where they can get access to healthy foods and things like that, or they might have a social, they might have a social gathering where they've got no control over the food, and there might be some desserts, whatever it might be, or so we want to play a proactive role rather than a reactive role to their life. So we want to be able to identify these potential obstacles and develop a strategy around them so that they can still stay on course. They won't be overeating, and they can still find ways that they can exercise during the week. So typically, people come to us for weight loss as their primary goal, and also developing fitness and energy level as their sort of secondary goal.
Nice.
In some cases, some of the dads that I coach are a single dad, so they might have gone through a separation, or or their spouse might have passed away, so they have an even heavier burden on their shoulders, and quite often they resort to heavy drinking, and so we also coach them away from that. Not everyone uses alcohol as a coping mechanism. Some people use eating as a coping mechanism, because of their the trauma or their stress. So again, we coach them through that. We try to get them off whatever they're addicted to, in terms of the coping mechanism. So step by step, we go through that as well. So we combine that with the right mindset. We combine that with the right nutrition and right exercise and right accountability. Then, they usually come up on top.
Amazing. Love that. I am sure a lot of people who are listening right now can't wait to jump on that program with you. I want to know more about it. Right. So don't you worry. So Will, we can find you on your Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yeah. So
the link here.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so you can definitely find us on Instagram and Facebook. I do probably a lot more on Facebook than I do Instagram, but yeah, I mean, you can reach out to me on either.
Yeah.
More than happy to help.
Definitely. It's very easy to find Will. All you need to do is hop onto Instagram and go to Will's Fit Club, and on Facebook it's the same handle, right? Will's Fit Club.
Yep.
Is that right? Yes. I have the link down here, so you guys can go and follow Will and stay connected with him. And the website is also up now, right? Like you have the website, you can go to Will's website to find out about the programs he's running, and so this is like, we just started 2020, a new year. What should we stay, what should we stay tuned for? I know you have a lot, like a lot of exciting things coming up. What's the one thing that we should be most excited about?
Yeah. Well, I am.
Oh, they're confidential right now.
well, not so much confidential, but it's work in progress. So I don't want to say too much, but I'll be definitely expanding the boxing program. So that's going to be in Sydney, around the Ryde area. So if you're from Sydney and you live or work around the Ryde area, then you can definitely join us.
Wow.
So we're definitely expanding the boxing program. So it's more about boxing training. So what we do is we provide all the fitness regime that a typical boxer would go through. But what we don't do is we don't do any sparring and we don't do any fights. So we're not a typical boxing gym in that regard, but we're all about the fitness that's associated with a boxer.
Got you.
Yeah, so that's one thing. The second thing is I'll be bringing on another coach for the Dad program. So he's pretty experienced. He's very experienced. He's been in the industry for about 15 years. A lot of his clients are dads. He's a dad himself. So I bring on another coach who wants to be able to reach out to more dads that need help. So that's work in progress as well, and we'll be improving our program. We'll be adding new elements to it. So it'll be better and more exciting than last year.
Wow, that's quite a lot. Oh my God, that's super exciting. Especially that you're expanding the Fit Dad crew, right? Fit Dad tribe here, and that's gonna be phenomenal. I love that. I love that you are forming this Fit Dad movement, almost I call it movement, and it's definitely much needed for like the time that we're in now, right? Like all the dads who are so busy, they don't have the time to take care of their health, and with the help of Will's Fit Club, they will find that they will find a good way to create that healthy lifestyle for them to gain that nice what is a Fit Bod and not a Dad Bod. Right, get rid of the Dad Bod, they're getting to a Fit Bod. So that is so amazing. Yes. So yeah, for those of you guys who are not already connected with Will, make sure you connect with him on Facebook right here and Instagram right here, and I'll put the website up there as well, so you guys can go check it out and go connect with Will. He is an amazing human being, amazing fitness trainer, and also amazing dad and amazing friend. So I'm sure you guys will learn a lot from Will. And thank you so much for taking your time out to share so much with us today. Really, really appreciate your time. You're such an amazing soul. And before we go, just very quickly, could you tell our audience what is your number one tip for body confidence and body transformation? Just one quick tip that I can write down and remember and go take actions right away.
I was gonna say find the right coach, but that's too obvious.
That's valid. Oh no, you'd be surprised. A lot of people have no idea. They think the number one tip is to go to YouTube and Google.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. But on top of finding the right coach or mentor, there's two tips. I think there's two tips. One is stop caring about what other people think. Because I'm sorry if I am stepping over.
Oh no, go ahead.
But I think confidence is a very funny thing. When you're a baby, when you're a toddler, you have all the confidence because you want to explore the world, you want to see this,
you're fearless. Yeah.
I mean, there's no concept of anything else but to be yourself and to be confident and be comfortable with your own self. It's only through growing up where we hear a lot of negative things, judgment from other people, or even looking at Instagram and you're judging yourself, you're comparing yourself to these, fake lifestyles that you see on social media, that you start to question your own self. And that's where your self-confidence and self-esteem gets impacted. So my number one tip is learn not to care so much about other people's opinion and judgment on yourself. Once you have that, you're going to be a lot more comfortable. You're going to find a lot more motivation to do things, to make changes to your life. And the second thing is, the second tip is don't be afraid to try and don't be afraid to fail, because if you don't try and you don't fail, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to be able to get out of your comfort zone and make those necessary changes. So back to what I said before in the beginning of the interview, body confidence is a result of the way you see yourself. It's more of a mindset. So
Right.
as long as you get your mindset right and you're doing the right things to change into a healthy lifestyle, your
Mm.
body confidence comes naturally. So it's not something that you need to go and chase.
Yes.
It's you just need to do the right, build up the right foundation
Mm.
mentally and physically.
Hmm.
The body confidence will come.
Definitely. I love that. I love that. It's really, really aligned with what we teach here with body confidence mastery is that we focus on the mind, the body, and the environment, actually. So it really ties
Yeah,
in really well
yeah.
with your philosophy and also, your mission as well, right? Yeah. So
Mm.
thank you so much, Will. So Will has just wrapped up our session with the perfect two golden tips. Do you guys write that down? Number one, don't care about what other people say and what other people think about you. And number two, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail forward, right? We call
Yeah,
it failing forward. If you don't
yeah,
fail, you're
absolutely,
not moving anywhere in life. You're stagnant. Yeah. So yeah, so I
absolutely.
hope you guys got
Yeah.
those two golden nuggets from him and many, many more things that Will has shared with us today. So yeah, so thank you so much, Will. We would love to have you on our show again next time. And
Thanks for having me. It's been
yeah,
a
so
pleasure.
yeah, so guys, go and connect with Will and check out Will's Fit Club. And if he's nice, if you're really nice with him, he might send you a free T-shirt too. So
100%. Love to.
yeah, it's perfect fit. Yeah. Thank you so much, Will. Lovely having you here. Okay,
Thanks,
you
James.
go and enjoy a nice day here in Sydney.